Come sketch with me in Laguna Beach. This is a place dear to our hearts because we raised two of our daughters here for about 14 years before we moved to Colorado. And at the end of February, beginning of March this month, my husband and I took a week-long trip out here and enjoyed this beach and the weather, especially coming from Colorado now. It's just amazing to be able to see green and be out in the sunshine. It was absolutely amazing. We enjoyed such a perfect day walking along the Laguna cliffs and went to our favorite restaurant for dinner called Nick's of Laguna Beach. And that night I decided I would wake up early the next morning and come here and sketch like I did last year. By the way, this is where we stayed, and it was an incredible property. It's the Marriott Newport Coast Villas, so if you ever have a chance, I highly recommend it. I wanted to share with you some of the supplies that I took with me. Here you'll see a medium and small size journals, and the small one is actually for kind of practicing or thumbnail sketches or trying new mediums, and the other one is my art and faith journal. Now this paint palette is probably one of the best that I have found out there. It's by Portable Painter. I think it's on Amazon, so I'll try to link it below. This is so great because those two black compartments slide onto the sides of the palette, and then you're able to have those as water compartments. Not only that, because those two sides are on the sides, they actually can, this whole palette can kind of balance on your leg while you're painting. So, you know, if you don't have a table to put something on, it becomes almost like this ingenious lap palette that balances on your leg. I'll have to share a video next time I go out with this on my leg so you can actually see how it balances. So the other items in that bag are a pencil sharpener, a water cup that I didn't actually need because of the paint palette, the washi tape and some clips, and then my Tombow markers. The other item that I've been addicted to bringing on the last few trips is this brush holder, which obviously is not just holding paintbrushes, but it's something that my mom made for our Paris retreat last year, and I absolutely love it because it actually helps me narrow down the items that I bring. It has different size sections, so some are smaller and some are larger, and it holds, I think, about 17 or 18 items, and I really like to try to narrow down and bring that with me on a daily basis, so I don't have to bring that whole bag with me. I can just bring that brush roll and then a journal. So I really love that. It has been a great companion, and I plan to bring that to Paris next month as well. So getting back to Laguna Beach, I did wake up early that next morning. I headed to Earth Cafe for some yummy coffee and walked across the street to the cliff area, and that's where I started painting and just taking in the beautiful scene before me. It really amazes me how much you take for granted sometimes when you live in a place like this, and then you don't live in a place like this. And that's kind of what hit me that morning, was how amazing it was to be there, how beautiful the weather was, and just in awe of God's beauty there. I had a limited amount of time to be here because we were meeting some friends for breakfast, but I went ahead and tried to quickly put in some of the colors and shapes and values, first values of palm trees, and sketched some of the cacti that I saw there as well. Then I was off to meet some friends for breakfast and heading to Palm Springs with my husband for a week. Here is a quick painting I did in my journaling Bible while I was in Palm Springs. I started it in Laguna, but worked on it while I was in Palm Springs. On another quick side note, if you love donuts and you're in Orange County in the Laguna or Newport area, you got to go to Sidecar Donuts. It is our favorite donut shop, and we never miss it when we come out to Southern California. Here I am back home, and we had such a wonderful time in Southern California, But again, like I mentioned last week in my YouTube video, sometimes you just aren't able to finish the entire journal page on your trip, and that's totally okay, because if you have time to just get down some of the basics and finish it at home, it's actually really fun to relive your memories when you're finishing the page. So here I'm going to show you some of the things that I used and finishing up this page in my Art and Faith journal. I hope you enjoyed this video on travel sketching, and I hope it encourages you to bring a sketchbook along on your next trip. And next week I will be sharing part 2 of this, which is when we went to Palm Springs. It was so fun to see the beautiful cacti and palm trees, and I had a great time going to a botanical garden, which was such a different experience because it was all cacti. But I sketched a scene from there, and I'm going to share that with you guys next week. I also can't wait to share a fun market that we went to. It was a mid-century vintage market, so I'll share that next week as well. Have a great day, everyone.